congratulations. We women, we're doing it. With all the movements that's going on and everything else that's happening, it's brilliant. But this evening, I'm going to be talking about how women entrepreneurs can create multiple streams of residual income. And that's a big deal for me because growing up in the Caribbean and learning and seeing what, my colleagues did or what my mom did and other people did, it was all about having multiple streams of income. It was all about creating more than one way to generate income. And let me tell you guys, if you have just one income, if you have just one income, you need to change that, okay? There are so many ways today you can change and you could grow and you could develop. And I admire so many women who are doing it, who are going out of the way and are creating multiple streams of income. Now, I know some of you know that I am a property investor. I absolutely love it. And I run the Event of Champions, and also I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach. So I do quite a lot of different things. I do the work. That's the thing. I do the work. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit about my own story, my own journey, the things that I have done, the challenges that I have had as a woman entrepreneur. I know a lot of you see me with my husband and you see we do a lot together, but there's a lot of things that I do on my own. And there's a lot of things that I believe that women do on their own that are very different from what men does. Women, we think differently. We act differently. We're emotional beings. We're wives, we're mothers, we're daughters. And at the same time, we're an entrepreneur, and so we're having to juggle and to deal with all of that at the same time. That can be challenging. But I want to share with you what I do every day as a women entrepreneur to really create the business and the brand that I like. Hi, Tracy. So I absolutely love it. So let's get into it and talk a little bit about what women and how women could create residual income hugely. So over the last 12 years, I'll tell you a quick bit about myself. Over the last 12 years, I've been a top MLM leader in 2 companies, did an excess of $20 million in sales in 30 plus countries. And yeah, we did the work. We had the awesome privilege of traveling the world and meeting some amazing people from the US to Asia. It's been brilliant. Excuse me. So, but we've had an amazing journey in doing that. And I've lived in Spain. I've lived in Germany for a year. I've lived in the Netherlands for a couple of months as well. Obviously Trinidad and the UK. Hi, Tracy. Happy International Women's Day. And so, yes, I mentioned I'm a property investor. I absolutely love property. I can walk into a house and say, yes, this needs to be done. That needs to be done. I want to buy this one. I don't want to buy that one. And we're in the process of buying some more because I absolutely love property. It's one sure sign that things are going to be going in the right direction over time, because property usually goes up with everything else. Especially if you're renting property, which is what we do, that is what it does. So again, over the last 2 years, we've had a shift in what we do. We've had a 500% increase in income and sales because of what we have changed and what we've done. And I want to share that with you as a woman entrepreneur, as a man, whoever is listening. I want to share that with you, how you can create that multiple streams of income. And I'm going to show you how. So as a result of that change and that shift, I got mentioned in Forbes. Yes, I did. BBC Business News appeared on Sky. So many other places. Had the awesome privilege of representing, as we say, women, representing across the world, but just representing people. And so today I'm a success mentor. I mentor entrepreneurs right across the world in over 20 countries. I teach them how to build, sustain, and develop a global brand and how to do it quickly. I believe success loves speed. You want to do it? Do it. You got to do the work. So I'm going to be talking a bit about that. And so in 2016, the shift happened where we launched Event of Champions. And Event of Champions, for me, it's close to my heart. It's a brand that, for most of us, we have a need. Okay, and I'll talk about that as I'll talk about what you can do to generate residual income. Find a need, and I'll talk about finding a need. I had a need, my own need. My need was, when I started off as an entrepreneur, I did not know what I did not know. I had no idea. Okay, so how am I going to do this, and how am I going to have everything copyrighted and trademarked and market and sales? How? I was like, how do I do all of this? So I saw that need for myself, and I wanted to bring something out to the world, a brand, a product, something that could help other entrepreneurs just like me, skip all of that and learn how to do it quickly. So we thought about, and we've got the name, the Event of Champions. And it has 4 events to it. It's got the main event, which we have entrepreneurs come together, successful entrepreneurs teach them. And then we also have a boot camp where we do as a closed group of people, really focus on their business. And then we have a champions mastermind. And that, I tell you, has really transformed a lot of people's lives over the last 2 years. We changed the name from what we had it before, but Champions Mastermind is something where people can really grow their brands. And then we have the Investors Paradise. And I know some of you have been to the Investors Paradise. You've been to Bali with us, or you've been to Barbados. And we're going to be doing so much more. And actually, our next retreat is in Barbados, June 12th to 17th. And we're going to be teaching entrepreneurs truly what they need to do to really grow their brands and their businesses. And it's an environment where they can more or less let go. They can just be them. When you're an entrepreneur, let me tell you now, when you're an entrepreneur and you're a successful entrepreneur, there's very few people you can talk with. You know that. You know. If you're here, you know that. You know there are very few people that you can talk with. There are few people you can tell all your business to. There are because one, they don't understand. And 2, they think, yeah, it's okay for you because. So we put this retreat together to help entrepreneurs to really open up and share and just be very vulnerable for a minute. And that is what is the Investors Paradise, but also learn and grow to build their brands and build their businesses. So next one, June 12th to 17th in beautiful Barbados. And if you want to know more, all your information is on eventofchampions.com, or just go to camilita.com and you'll find all the information there. So ladies, let's go into how women entrepreneurs can create multiple streams of income. If you only have one income right now, the good news is that you could change. And this is the beginning of the year. So you could change what you're doing now to create residual income before the end of this year. I mean, I have so many things that we're coming out with. I mean, my desk, you don't want to see my desk. Okay, I've got so many things that we're bringing out, and books and ebooks and online programs, and my Camilita TV and podcasts. I mean, just so many things we're bringing out. Why? And I'll share with you why. Let me share with you why. First, this is my formula for success. Okay, no, Roy, this is not for women only. This is for men as well. So there you are. So this is my formula for success. Focus plus work times belief minus fear equal results. That's my formula. You've got to have 100% focus in what you're doing. So we're going to talk about it. You've got to do the work. Some people, they somehow think that everything will fall into place, or they'll blame the mentor, or they'll blame their husband, or they'll blame the wife, or they'll just blame somebody, okay? You are responsible for the present condition of your life, and only you alone can change it. So it is work. It is work. The truth is, a living is made from 9 to 5, but a fortune is made after 5. So you got to do the work, okay? And this is income generating work, not work being busy, but busy being broke. That's another story. We'll talk about that another time. Then belief. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your brand, your product, or your service. You got no choice. You got to believe. And it's hard. The hardest thing that anybody has to do ever is believe in themselves. It is the hardest thing. We believe in everybody else. We believe in this one and celebrities, and we believe in all sorts. But the hardest thing to do is always to believe in us, in our ability, in what we want to bring to the planet. So that is something that you definitely need to work on as well. And then minus fear, because fear will come. And the biggest fear I believe that people have is just in doing it. You know, are they going to be accepted? Is it going to be right? Are they going to mess up? Is it going to be wrong? What is it? Fear is a big problem. It's a big problem for most people. So focus plus work times belief minus fear equal results. That's my formula for success. So I'm just going to cover a couple of things before I get into just 4 steps I'm going to cover this evening. Firstly, I really want you to pay attention to this. Before you do anything else, before you go into creating residual income, before you go into creating multiple streams of income, this is what you need to deal with first. Then we'll go into that. Number 1, stuff happens, you got to deal with it. Stuff happens. Things happen every day. Things happen. Things will happen to you. It will happen to your family. It will happen to your business. It will happen. Things will happen. How many of you have had since the beginning of this year? Let's be real. How many of you have had since the beginning of this year a challenge that you've had to deal with already? And it's only March. But how many of you have had a challenge you've had to deal with and it's only March? And sometimes, yeah, it's sometimes done up. It knocks you off your perch. It really does. It makes you feel sometimes, are you doing the right thing? Are you going to win? Is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And I know how that feels. Some people think that it's okay for me because they see me traveling the world and doing this and doing that. But yeah, we face it as well. But you've got to just deal with it and move on. And you've got to learn as you grow in business and you grow in life to deal with it quickly and to move on. Or to let the lawyers deal with it. Or to let the accountant deal with it. Or to let your husband deal with it. Okay, perhaps, maybe not. But you've got to let somebody else deal with it. Deal with it and move on. Next one, mind your own business. It's the big, my mother used to tell me that like every month, every week, mind your own business. And I would say, Mommy, why are you saying that? But it was not because she was concerned about me looking at other people and what they were doing. The focus was on be where you are. If you're there, be there. Mind your own business. Focus on what's going on in your own life, in your own business, and deal with that every day. So many people say to me every day, Camilita, I'm on social media and I'm seeing people doing this and I'm seeing people doing that and it looks as if they have a good life. Oh, come on, guys. You know, social media is a big lie. Oh my God, people just there and they're just making it out as if everything's okay and they're going to sleep crying. It's not right. Let me tell you. Focus on what you are doing in your own business, in your own lives. What is your plan? What is your goal? Don't be so caught up watching what everybody else is doing. Focus on what you're doing. If you're doing it, do it. That's number 2. Number 3, I'm just giving you this prelim before we get into it. Number 3, I live by these 3 questions, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I live by these 3 questions. I ask myself every day because I run multiple businesses. I have my property business and I have my tenants to deal with. And for those of you who run a property business, you know it is sometimes dealing with tenants. Then I've got Event of Champions that we're growing globally, which requires sometimes a lot more of my time and dealing in different time zones. Then I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, I'm a trainer, I'm a mentor to entrepreneurs, helping them grow their businesses. So you can imagine things coming every single day from this end and that end and this end and that end. And I'm like, yeah. So I devised this rule for my life and for my business. I ask myself 3 questions every single situation that comes up to me. Number 1, I ask, is it urgent? Does it need to be dealt with today, like right now? Number 2, is it important? Do I need to address it, but I don't need to treat it as if it's urgent? It may be urgent to someone else, but it may not be urgent to me. And the last one, can it wait? Can it wait? Can it wait until tomorrow? Can it wait until next week? Can it wait until 2 days from now? Now, I know some of you don't like to leave things hanging. Neither do I. But sometimes, in order for you to have a life, because again, as a woman, you're a mother, you're a sister, you're a wife, you're an entrepreneur. You've got to manage all of those things. And the way in which you deal with it sometimes is a bit distorted. It should always be first, your family first. Okay? So it should really be God first. Then your family. Then your business. That's how it should be. So if it's taking time away from your family, then perhaps you need to look at it. You really need to look at it. The next one, you're not competing with anyone. Some people feel as if they're competing. They watch other people and think, oh, I have to do this. I have to do what they do. No, don't do what they do. Do you. You are unique in your own way. Do you. But just do all of you. All of who you are. And this is what I teach the people that I mentor. Do all of who you are. All your last 20, 30 years of life. The next one, you're in business for people. I teach my entrepreneurs and the people that I mentor have a customer plan versus a business plan. What is your customers looking for? What are they asking for? How can you support them to grow their brands and businesses and their products? So make sure that you're in business for people and not just to make money. Okay? And the last one, just do the work. Guys, I said this at the beginning. A living is made from 9 to 5. A fortune is made after 5. So many people that I speak with every day, they're moaning and complaining, but they are not doing the work. Or they are doing some kind of work, but it is not income generating work. They're busy, but they're busy being broke. They're moving around, they're going here, they're doing a meeting, they're doing an event, and it's not income generating in any way, shape, or form. And then they moan why they don't have any money. So this is the prelim before I get into what I'm going to share with you this evening. So let's get into it. Number 1, ladies, in order for you to create men as well on the line, in order for you to create residual income, okay, As a woman entrepreneur, number one, know what your strengths are and just do that. Know what your strengths are and just do that. Know what your strengths are and just do that. I know what my strengths are. I can talk. You guys know that. So I know that's one of my strengths. My strength is also in, really looking at negotiating and finding the right deals, especially if we're dealing with property. I see the deal. I can see the ability. I can see the long-term opportunity. I can see because I'm prepared to do the work. So know what your strengths are and just do that. So how do you do that? Let me give you a quick tip. If you got a pen and pad and you're writing, you want to take this down. Make a list of 5 things that others say that you could do better than other people, then go create it. Make a list of 5 things that others say you could do better and then go and create it. Some people, people come to me every day and they say, well, what should I do? What is the next step? What sort of business do I get into? What sort of things? It's not easy like that. That's why I mentor entrepreneurs through the process to create what they want to create. What are the things that people are saying that you're best at, that you're good at, and that you do better than everybody else? Go and create that. That is just one way, guys. It could be a book. It could be an ebook. It could be a program. It could be an online program. It could be, investing in something that's weird and wonderful. Whatever it is, make a list of those things and then go and create it. The reason why people are saying that you're good at it is because you've changed someone's life along the line with whatever you had to say. But the last thing I will say on this, guys, is do it bigger and do it faster. Do it bigger and do it faster. Do it like if you perhaps have the last day to live today. Most of us treat our lives as if we've got the next 20 years of doing something. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You have no clue. Listen, guys, let me tell you. In 2015, 14, one of those, I had lightning come through my house. I almost died. Lightning, ladies and gentlemen, lightning come through my house. I almost died. Okay? Lightning come through my house. I almost died. Now, I sat there and I thought, holy phone. If I had died today, what is the one thing I would have regretted that I didn't do? What is it? What is it? Would you have, you wouldn't even know me now, most of you. You wouldn't even have seen me. If that lightning came this far away, few centimeters away, few inches away, from my bed. There was fire in the room and there was smoke. And at that point I thought, look, I could have died. My house could have burned down flat. What is it that I was supposed to be doing or that I'm doing to help others that people are telling me, thank you, this has changed my life, but I'm not doing it? What is it? What is that one thing? And it was because of speaking and coaching and training others and helping people build their businesses and grow their brands and build their MLM businesses and all sorts. I'm just like, why? What? Property. I wasn't teaching anybody about property. And I'm like, why? I could do this. I've done it. And at that point, guys, I made a decision that I am going to give it my all. I don't care what happens. I don't care who comes. I'm going to do this because if I were to die tomorrow, which I could have, that is the one thing I would regret that I didn't do. What would you regret? If you know that you were going to die in 6 months, God forbid, what is the one thing that you would regret that you didn't do? Seriously. Or you didn't do it fast, or you didn't do it big. You sort of played small, you kind of laid back, whatever happens, that sort of thing. And then for a lot of us, we wait until something happens and then we think, oh yes, I got to do this now. I better do this now. Don't wait until that happens. There are lives out there that are to be touched only by you and by your brand, by your product, or by your service. I can't reach them, and the majority of the people around you cannot reach them but you. Your job is to go out and reach those people and change their lives. And in the process, you'll get rich. That's how it works. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, find a need. And we talked about this briefly, but I'm going to go into it now. Find a need, solve that need, I'll come to it, and then find multiple ways to provide the same service. I hope you got that. Find a need, solve that need, then find multiple ways to provide that service. Now again, with the Event of Champions, we did exactly that. We found a need. Entrepreneurs like me needed to understand what they're going to do to build, sustain, develop a global brand. So we wanted to do that I wanted to do that for me before I did it for someone else. What is your greatest need right now that you could perhaps create? Your greatest need, and you can create a product out of that need. Facebook did that. Snapchat did that. And all the other people that we know of, hi Eula, all the other people that we know of, okay, that have grown a business really quick and really fast, all they did was they found their own need. Then they solved their own need, started sharing that with other people, and then they found multiple ways to provide the same service. I call that level 5. And that's what I teach when we do the events. My next event in London is coming up on the 25th of March this month in London. And I'm going to be teaching a lot about that. How is it that you can scale by providing multiple ways of giving the same product or the same service? That's all that people, in terms of scaling, finding multiple ways of providing what you currently do to a different group of people right across the world. This here, guys, if you create something that is a need of your own and you solve that need for yourself, then you go and find multiple ways to provide that service to others. You'll get rich. Seriously. And that there is multiple streams of income. Guys, I'm telling you, multiple streams of income. So with myself and my husband, we wanted to event of champions. We provided the event. Somebody came to me and said, Camilita, I need you to mentor me. I'm like, no, I got time for that. I got too much to do. And then he said, look, I've seen what you've done. Please, can you just help me? I'm like, look, I'm telling you now, I ain't going to be cheap because I don't need to do this. But if you want me to do it, I'll do it. I'll do it. So fine. Paid. I was like, really? I'm like, okay, let's do this. So out of his need came a business for me. Not necessarily my need. So out of someone else's need. Because sometimes people are asking you for something. You may have a product. You may have a business. You may have a service. Listen to your customers, guys. You have a shop. Whatever it is that you've got. They will tell you what they want. Then go and provide that. Go and provide that. Provide what your customers are asking for. Remember, we talked about it before. Having a customer plan versus a business plan. Find out what they're asking you for and then go provide that. Say yes, as Richard Branson says, and then go figure it out. But this is one of the things in which I have done in terms of creating the brands that I've created really quickly over the last two years, ideally, globally, really fast. Because I listened to my customers, what they were asking me for, and I went and provided that. That's it. And I provided, but this is the key though, this is the key, multiple ways of providing that same service, but in a different way, with a different level of service, with a different level of cost as well. That's number 2. That's one of the ways in which you could create residual income this year. You may have something that you know better than everybody else. It may just be one thing. And you could find 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different ways. For those of you that are listening, I know you could do that. You could find 3, 4, 5, 6 different ways of serving with one product, one service, one idea. Find different ways of doing it. Number 3, and I'm only going to do about 2 more and I'm done. Ask for help, guys. Ask for help. My acronym for ask is always seek knowledge. Ask for help. Ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. Ask for help. If you don't want to invest in cryptocurrency, ask somebody who's done it. If you want to invest in property, find a property investor. Call the National Landlord Association if you're in the UK. Wherever you are in the world, there must be some association that deals with properties that will teach you free classes, once a month. Go and find them and sign up. Ask for help. If you want to get into buying gold or jewelry or art or paintings, if you want to create products, how do you create products? Find someone who's created products and ask for their help. You don't have to tell them everything, okay? You don't have to share your whole life story. You don't have to tell them your trade secrets. You don't have to do that, okay? But you're going to ask for help. Now, again, you ask people for help who have integrity, who have initiative, and you ask people for help who have influence. So you don't just go to anybody and everybody. You ask people you know you will get an answer from. That's the key. But ask for help. So let me share with you an example of what we did for our own business and asking for help. When I wanted a mentor, because I wanted to grow my brand, I went to someone and asked for help. I wanted to learn how to do things differently. And I paid for mentorship to do things differently because I wanted help. When I was buying property, I called my financial advisor and I said, do you know someone who could help me to understand this? Because I see everybody else buying property. I would like to buy some property. I ain't got a clue what to do, but I want to buy some property. And he said, fine, I'll send someone over to you. And someone came, he sat down, went through everything with us. And yeah, we started buying property. I went into an estate agent, found a book, read it cover to cover, and I told my husband, I'm ready to buy property. Now, a lady said to me a couple of weeks ago, she said, Camilita, my husband is very skeptical. He doesn't want to invest in property, but I want to invest in property because I'm seeing this, and she's a woman, so obviously she wants to do something. I said, listen, let me tell you what I do with my husband. Ladies, are you listening? Are you listening? Those of you on Facebook Live, give me some hearts. Tell me you're listening. Those of you on the webinar, give me some high fives. Tell me you're listening. This is what I do with my husband. Because as women, okay, sometimes our husbands or partners or whoever you got in your life, sometimes they think, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't know what she's talking about. It's just one of those little fads. It's going to go next week or whatever. Yeah, it's going to go. So this is what I do with my husband, right? So if I'm looking at property and I know that I don't say I need his approval. He will tell you that I don't, okay? But we do things together, so we agree. But if I know that I'm going to look at some property or I'm going to look at an opportunity, I bring as much information to him as possible. And I make him feel as if I need his approval in a nice way, okay? So because we do things together. But I bring it to him and I allow him to evaluate it in his own time, in his own way. And I allow him to make the decision. So I allow him to think that he's making the decision. But he isn't. I already made the decision. But I allow him to think that he is making the decision. And when I do that, guys, guaranteed every time we get it done, we do it. Because then he thinks, oh, well, now I understand it, or now I can do it. If you have a husband or you've got a partner that is like mine, that's very much, he checks everything out and he checks everything with a fine-tooth comb and he wants to make sure that everything is in line and da-da-da-da-da-da. If that's the case, okay, you've got to make sure that he thinks that he's in charge. So I said to her, okay, you go and look at the properties, come back and bring as much information as possible, even get an outside source to come and check, to come and speak with him. From a professional, so he wouldn't think it's probably you just coming with another fad. And let him think that he's making the decision. And I'm telling you, every single time we win. Guys, ask for help. So we've had to ask a lot of people, from property to investment in other different things, to business deals. I mean, we had to ask for help. Ask somebody for support. Ask somebody for support. And this is key. The next one, learn to invest, guys, in income generating assets, whether it's property, as I mentioned before, gold, silver, diamonds, jewelry, whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's art and paintings, or whatever it is. Learn to invest in income. Now listen, I didn't say just assets, okay? I didn't say just assets, because a lot of people buy assets and it sit there, and then over time, yes, it will go increase in value. We know that, blah, blah, blah. But if you're at a point where you need money, where you need residual income, where you need cash flow, okay, where you need something coming in other than what you're having, especially if you just have one area of making money or maybe two, you need to learn to invest in income generating assets. So what is an income generating asset? Something that brings money in, whether you're sleeping or not. So you may have a property that does that. You may have a cryptocurrency that does that. You may have some books or some online programs or anything like that that brings in residual income that doesn't require your presence physically being there. Not just assets that sits there and hopefully over time that you would earn some money, but income generating assets. And this is one way in which over the last, I would say 12 to 13 years, I focused on having income generating assets because growing up, I knew of always having one income, and I usually had more month than money. How many of you can identify with me? Okay, you have more month than money. Well, I had a lot more month, that money, every single month. And I thought, I just can't live like this. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't. I needed to do something else. So I started looking for ways of income generating assets. And that was giving me passive income. And I found property, and I found, diamonds and gold and, other things. And I look back now, and sometimes I don't know how I would have made it without having income generating assets. Let me explain to you why. So back in 2007, I think it is, when we had the crash, we were in another business before. And obviously when things went down the other way, people are looking for ways to make money. And a lot of my colleagues back then, because they were spending monies on things and not necessarily income generating assets, they lost almost everything. And I must tell you that back in 2007, my properties, my assets, my income generating assets kept us. It kept us. It kept us, like fully kept us. And it is because prior to that, when things were going good, the focus for us was on investing in income generating assets. So when that time came, we had the income. When everything else fell apart or things were going quite rightly wrong the other way, we still had income. I mean, we all know, we can all see what's going on in the economy right now. We can see things are changing. We can see things are really changing in a huge way. We can see that, okay? And I asked this question at my last event I did in London. If, God forbid, something, and this is real, guys, because I tell you, it almost happened to me. I almost died in my bed when lightning came through my house, okay? So if something were to happen, God forbid, to you or your health or the main area that you're generating revenue now, what will happen to you? How would you live for the rest of your life? Would you live the same standard that you're living in now? Would you be able to travel and do the things you're doing now? What would happen if that happened? And I shared this with some people in London. Seriously. I shared this with some people in London. And I said, guys, listen, this is no joke, because it almost happened. I tell you, hands up. If something were to happen to your health, God forbid, something were to happen to your business or your income or something around where you're generating income, if that were to happen to you, how would you support yourself for the rest of your life? Are you you're having to live on a third of what you're living on now? Or what is going to happen? Remember, we all work not for money. I don't know. I don't work for money. I work for lifestyle, okay? I don't work for money. Money does not excite me. What excites me is that I can help my mother in Trinidad. What excites me is I can go up the road and I can buy a new car, okay? What excites me, hi Heather, what excites me, and hi Kemi, is that I could do what I want to do when I want to do it. That is what excites me, not having money. Okay, money is a byproduct of you giving value, but then when you give that value, what you do with it, you have it for the next 10, 20, 30 years of your life. So what is it that you're fighting for? If it's money, then you got to change it. Then you got to change. If it's purpose and destiny and to have a lifestyle, then that's another story. So I had to find what was making me tick. Money did not make me tick. Yes, I earn money. Yes, I travel the world. Yes, I do this. And most of you see what I do. But money is the thing that doesn't drive me. What drives me is the fact that I have freedom, that I can have money coming in from how many different ways, and I can do what I want to do when I want to do it. That is what excites me. That is what excites me. Hi, Jill. I'm going to be in Trinidad in May for my event. You're going to hear a lot more, so you better book now. Go to eventofchampions.com or get in touch with Shane Ram, and he'll tell you a lot more. So, guys, seriously, I'm telling you, this for me is what it made me think at that point. And most people live in this way. They live there, guys. They live there. They live whereby they don't know if something would happen. What's going to happen to them? They just somehow get up and just hope that things will just, things will just get better regardless. There's no plan. And there's just sort of lackadaisicity about their lives. Oh, guys, I'm telling you. Make your mind up this 2018. This is the beginning of the year. Is this coming into the first quarter almost? End of. Make your mind up now to set and write out a plan. of what you are going to do for the next 6 months. 90 days first and 6 months to create residual income. And it could be a book. As I said, it could be property. You may have money in your current property. It could be diamonds and gold and jewelry and stuff that you can trade. It could be cryptocurrency. You know, it could be your online programs. I mean, there's just, the list is endless. The list is endless. It could be a product, an actual physical product that you like. And again, creating multiple ways of selling and changing around that product, how you sell it. Oh, there's so much you can do, guys. Let me tell you, do it now. We don't know what's going on in the economy. We see what's happening, and we really don't know what's going on in the economy. Oh my God. We don't know. You cannot allow yourself this year to do or to have what you had last year. Things have got to change. And my mentor used to say to me in the past, for things to change, I must change. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right. Focus on what it is you're doing. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is how I can support you. How many of you would like to hear more of this? Okay? How many of you would like to hear more of what I'm sharing now with you? How many of you, give me a high five if you're on the webinar, give me some hearts or some love, give me some hands if you're on Facebook Live. How many of you would like to have more of this? Well, look, I know some of you benefit tremendously from this, but it's going to come to an end. Every good thing has to come to an end. You know that. Every good thing has to come to an end. I am going to shift what I'm doing when I do this. I'm going to shift this into my membership program. So I've created this membership program for entrepreneurs like yourself to help you really stay focused and make it happen. Because the biggest thing with people is focus. You're right, Louise. It is focus. It is focus. It is focus. So I'm starting this membership program, and it's going to start at the end of this month. And it's only going to be for people who are in the program. I'm going to be sharing a lot more right across the year of what you need to do, give you tips and tricks and get people on board on the call who can teach you a lot of more stuff. It's going to be amazing. So let me tell you what you're going to get. You're going to get first access to my podcast. It's coming out. I'm going to have some really heavy hitters as my guests on that podcast. You're going to have access to my live summits. So wherever I am in the world, we will be doing these once a month. You'll have once every quarter, I should say. You'll have access to that. You're going to have access to my private Facebook group so that you can communicate and connect and connect with me as well. You'll get a chance to hear about all my offers first, and you'll get a discount code which will give you 20 to 50% off of most of the things that we're going to be promoting over the next 12 months. But most of all, guys, you will get a 1 hour live or recorded training call per month like this on tips that you could do every single day to grow your brand, your product, or your service. Plus, we're going to have Q&A with our experts. Okay? And that I know will help change so much for you this year. You will get 50% of my online programs and Event of Champions tickets, and also 20% off my merchandise and 10% off the Investors Paradise Retreat. So you can come with us to Barbados and Bali this year. How many of you would like to have all of that? So this is going to this is going to stop, right? We're not going to do a lot of this. The training is now going to be in the membership program. How many of you would like to take advantage of that? Okay, wonderful. So let me tell you, it is, I have designed this program because people have come to me every day and they're messaging me and they're emailing me and they're like, Camilita, we need more help, we need more support, and you just got that much time in the day. You're going to have that many hours. And I wanted to really do something to help people across the world. I mean, we've got connections globally, and I wanted to help people not just in the UK, because I know some of you want to come along to my events, but you can't, because you're in, I know some of you are in the Bahamas, you're in the US, you're in Australia. I can see all of you coming in. Some of you are in Trinidad. I mean, you're right across the world. You're in Canada. Hi, Anne, you're in Canada. So you're right across the world. And so I wanted to do something that's going to really support people globally. So we thought about this membership program. And it's starting on March the 27th. Online, and you will be sent all the details. So let me tell you very quickly now. I have got 2 options to join. The first one is a breeze. Listen, if you can't do this, you shouldn't be an entrepreneur. Let me tell you, you shouldn't be an entrepreneur. Full stop. The first one, the gold membership, is just $9.97 US per month. What can you get, guys, for $9.97 US per month? Really? Okay? probably a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Not even the Arabica bean. That's over $15 a cup. But for $9.97, okay, or $97 a year. If you want to pay by the year, you can pay by the year. For $9.97 a month or $97 a year, you have access to me in the membership program and Facebook Live. All you need to do, guys, is go to Camilita.com. There's a link on Facebook Live. For those of you that are on the webinar, just go to Camilita.com and click on membership. And it will take you down to the bottom of the page, and it's right there. $9.97 per month or $97 a year if you want to pay it up front. And you're going to get a lot of those things that I just mentioned, the training, the access, the Facebook group, you know, all of that, and a chance to grow. And especially this year in particular, I will be covering a lot about residual income, because that's something that has been really close to my heart for a while. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of what you could do, and I'll be bringing on people, as I said, to help you as well. We also have the platinum membership, which most people, you know, would go for, and that's $97 US a month or $9.97 per year. So whether you want to go on the platinum membership, which is $97 a month, or just $9.97 a month, I will be doing this training just for you. This is going to stop. This sort of training is going to stop. And people will then have access to it whenever they can. They don't have to wait for Facebook Live or wait for a webinar. You could go in, you could log in, and you have access to it 24 hours a day. And there will be a lot of recorded webinars and a lot of recorded messages. So if you have any questions, you can send me a message. But go now, guys. Go now to Camilita.com. Click on membership on the top of the page. Scroll down and get yourself on board. For $9.97, you're not going to buy a lot of things in that for a month. But I'm going to be sharing with you this year. I'm going to be sharing with you what are my success principles, how I build fast. Now, I was speaking with a guy today in the US, and he said to me, "How did you do it so fast?" And I told him briefly. Somebody introduced me to him, and I told him briefly, and I said, the reason why I've brought about the membership is to teach you things like that, so that you don't have to ask. It will be in there. You'll have all the recordings. You'll have everything. You could go in and you could download it anytime you feel and get the information that you need. And again, you could share it with your business partner. Not everybody else. You share it with your business partner. But for $9.97 a month, guys, you're going to get all of this and a whole lot more. And I'll be covering things like residual income. I will be covering things to do with property investing in particular, just property investing. I will be talking about creating products, you know, where and how, and giving you some connections and some tips of people you can connect with to create those. I will be talking about how to scale, how to grow globally, how to build quicker, how to do it fast, because I believe success loves speed. I believe in longevity, don't get me wrong, but I believe in success loves speed. Get on, you want to do it, just do it. You know, get on with it, make it happen. So go to Camilita.com. All the information is there on the membership. Gold membership is just $9.97 a month or $97 a year if you choose to pay it in one go. And for your platinum, it's $97 a month or $9.97 a year. And with platinums, you get a whole lot more. You get to spend a lot more time with me. You get to come along to my events for a lot less. It's an opportunity, guys. I've spent over the last, I don't know, probably 10 to 12 years, hundreds of thousands to give you this information for $9.97 or $97 a month. Do not miss this opportunity. After the event is launched, the prices may go up. So go to Camilita.com, click on membership, and sign yourself up now. When we get your details, you get a chance to log in, and we will launch on the 27th of March. And for those of you who take action tonight, I will be doing something special for you if you take action tonight with my only just a limited amount of time. I'll be doing something special for you with the people that already signed up. So get on, go to Camilita.com and sign up. Click on membership on the top and just sign up for membership. $9.97 per month. And let's get cracking. So I'm just going to recap before I close off this call. Stuff happens. Deal with it. Mind your own business. The 3 questions that I live by, ask yourself every day, is it urgent? Is it important? or can it wait? You have a life. Your life is more important than money, and your life is more important than your business. Let me tell you now, God first, family second, business third. Keep it like that. Ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. Remember, you're not competing with anyone. It's you. You are unique, you are original. And you're in business for people. Focus on them. You're in business for people. Create a customer plan. If you want to know more about some of the things I talked about, and you want to know about my mentorship program, go to Camilita.com, click on mentorship, and you could fill in your details there, and I will be happy to speak with you before I start traveling again. So get on and make it happen. And the last thing I'm going to say is do the work. A living is made from 9 to 5. A fortune is made after 5. Most people don't see the work that I do because they see me on social media, they see us traveling, they don't see the actual work, right? I remember when we were building our MLM business to begin with, we were doing 12 to 16-hour days. Now, I'm not expecting you to do that. That was in the initial stage when we were building. And if you're building anything, it takes time at the very beginning. So decide today, over the next 90 days, you've got March, April, and May. Decide if you want to stretch it until June because you've got Easter in between, fine. But you've got 90 days to put these things that I'm saying into place. And if you sign up for membership tonight, $9.97 a month, I will be doing those calls to keep you on target, to hitting those goals before the end of the 90 days. Okay? So the last thing, as I said, do the work. Do the work. Do the work. People moan and they complain, not doing the work. They ask me about it and I say, do the work. And they say, well, you know, what's the secret? You're building fast. You're traveling the world. What's the secret? I do the work. When people don't turn up at the events, I do the work. When people mess us up, I still do the work. Whatever happens, I do the work. And that's the last I will leave with you, guys. Go to Camilita.com, sign up for membership. I want to support you for $9.97 US a month. That's a steal, or $97 a year. I want to support you for the next 90 days to really create the brand and the business that you deserve, and also for the rest of this year to truly get residual income. So do the work. Yes, Michelle? Do the work. Do the work. Do the work. If you forget anything else I said tonight, don't forget this. Go do the work. Again, I'm looking forward to welcoming you on Camilita.com, a membership. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the event on the 27th of March. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Trinidad, for those of you who are in Trinidad in May, 5th of May at the event. Hi, Michelle. I'm looking forward to seeing you there as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in London at the Event of Champions and all the other events that we have booked up for the rest of the year, Canada, Australia, which we have coming on stream.